And speaking about God, Dr. Reverend Michael Minch is an ordained minister and has a doctorate of political science. He is both the chair of the philosophy department and the Peace and Justice Studies program at Utah Valley University. Welcome, Reverend.
I'll be quick and I will give an elaboration of God does not discriminate. The Hebrew and Christian Bibles tell us, "You shall not oppress the alien. The alien who resides with you shall be to you as a citizen among you. You shall love the alien as yourself, for you were aliens in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God." Soon thereafter, these Bibles tell us, "There shall be for you and the resident alien a single statute, a perpetual statute throughout your generations. You and the alien shall be alike before the Lord. You and the alien who resides with you shall have the same law and the same ordinance." Turning to the New Testament, the letter to the church in Ephesus tells us that Christ came and proclaimed peace to those far off and those who were near. So then you are no longer strangers and aliens, but you are citizens with the saints and members of the household of God. And Jesus told the story of the Good Samaritan precisely to say that the answer to the question, "Who is my neighbor?" is everyone. In Matthew's Gospel, Jesus tells us, "Whatever you do to the least of these my brothers and sisters, you do to me." And in 1 John, we are simply told that God is love, and that perfect love casts out fear. One wonders, what do we fear? We need not wonder who God proclaims to be our neighbor, for that is clear. We need not wonder how we are commanded by God to treat the foreigner among us, for that is clear. We need not wonder if God breaks down the artificial, humanly constructed barriers between us, for that is clear. What is not clear is what, if we claim to know God and live by the power of God's Spirit and the example of Jesus Christ, what instills such fear within us? "The earth is the Lord's and all that is in it," proclaims the 24th Psalm. Yet we create artificial and sinful barriers and call them borders. And we pretend that the fact that I am born in one place and another is born in a different place holds some kind of moral meaning. We pretend that sinful barriers that expressly violate God's intentions are justified, but there is no biblical, no theological, or Christian way to do so. We live on land that is stolen, much of it twice stolen, first from Native Americans and for U.S. Southwesterners from Mexico as well. Our sinful past does not, however, justify our sinful present. One of the fundamental themes of the Bible is the constant call to welcome the stranger. Indeed, the sin of Sodom, according to Ezekiel, was their refusal to help the poor and disenfranchised. We are called to love the stranger as ourselves and as one with whom Jesus explicitly identifies. The biblical God is not only a God of justice and of peace, but of grace. And we are called to imitate this God and to treat all others graciously, rather than grasping with false ideas of pride and possession as if we must cling to scarce resources. We are called to follow God and live in the abundance and the bounty that He has given us all, for us all. Living together for the common good as embodiments of God's radical love and care for the poor and disenfranchised. The National Council of Churches and its 36 member communions, including, for example, the American Baptist Churches, the American Friends, the U.S. Catholic Bishops, the Episcopal Church, the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, the Presbyterian Church USA, the United Church of Christ, and the United Methodist Church, along with the American Jewish Congress, all agree and have made explicit through their various official documents written and published after their respective democratic procedures in each of those Christian communions and the Jewish Congress, that immigration policy in the United States is currently sinful, it is immoral, it is a violation of God's will, and that we have Christian reasons to change that policy. These communities of faith, which collectively represent the majority of U.S. citizens, call for the following: to improve the immigration system, to bring families and keep families together, and to reduce the waiting times of those seeking to enter the U.S., to create legal avenues for immigrants to safely and legally work in the U.S., to provide opportunities for earned citizenship, to implement humane and careful enforcement, not fences, fear, hate, or bigotry, to mandate that all law enforcement agencies and officers ensure safety and dignity for all immigrants, documented and undocumented. And further, we should eliminate all privately operated detention centers which are not regulated, and end all indiscriminate raids. In sum, let me quote St. Gregory the Great: when we attend to the needs of those in want, we give them what is theirs, not ours. More than performing works of mercy, we are paying a debt of justice. If you call yourself a Christian, you have no choice but to welcome the stranger with radical love and compassion. And this means, as a matter of unambiguous and straightforward clarity, that you must oppose current immigration laws in the United States and work for their overturn, so that justice and righteousness can be done, and our land can be that much closer to being healed. Amen, and thank you.